In this video, I'm going to talk about comparative measurements, plumb lines, symmetry, and proportional facts to be able to draw a portrait. First, you need to determine how you want the portrait to be on paper, how you want it to fit on paper. Let's say you want to crop it just like what you see um, on a photograph on your right. So what you're gonna do, you can start using comparative measurements right away. And you see me doing that on the left while going. I'm taking some measurements and I use pencil as a measuring device. So with your arm extended, you will look to walk the distance. You will look at the picture that you want to draw and choose a certain unit of measurement. And like, for example, here we choose this. You can see the blue line here. We choose this as one unit of measurement. Then, without moving the finger on your pencil, you are moving the whole hand and counting how many of these units are in the whole, in the width of this photograph. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's about 10 and a half, maybe 11, 10 and 3/4. So that's what you start with on your paper. You measure the distance and across the whole piece of paper. Then you need to find the symmetry line. Okay, so here is the symmetry line. We're all symmetrical. This unit of measurement now, you can use it to calculate how many of these units will take you to get to the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 and 1/3. And that's where your symmetry line is. Another something else to think about is called the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is the measurement from the chin to the bottom of the nose, and then from the nose to the eyebrows, and then from eyebrows to the end of the forehead where hair start. So all these units are the same. So what you can do is you can take your pencil and measure right this and measure on your model this distance to this and then to this, and in most cases they will all be the same. Here they're just a little bit slightly different, so you take all that in consideration when you draw. Okay, next let's talk about eyes. So as you can see, here's the oval, and the face fits in that oval. There's a little space on top. That's because hair adds some volume over the skull. But if you imagine the whole skull fitting into this oval, then right in the center of it, there will be uh, the line on which you draw eyes. That's the eye line. Then, move this here. Then, as you can see, if I take this bottom line here is 1 unit, right? Again, with my pencil. And then, without moving my hand on the pencil, I'm moving the arm and comparing this distance to this distance, it should be the same. Then, once you establish the line on which you draw eyes, another proportional fact to think about is the width of the eye is about the same distance as what you have between two eyes. So here's the distance of the eye, the width of the eye compared to what's in between eyes from tear duct to tear duct, and then we're comparing that to another eye, and from the eye to the edge of her face is the same distance. So if we take the eye as 1 unit of measurement, then you can tell that approximately there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. You can see it here because it's covered by hair. 5 units of measurement altogether. Other things to think about is comparing. So putting things in basic shapes. For example, let's take this. Let's take this chin. From the center line, from the mouth opening to the bottom of the chin. So here's this square, and all that information in the square fits, right? All this information fits in the square. And then let's compare the square to what's above it. Okay, so that was this measurement, that was 1, and then here it's what's above it, and see what kind of information fits in a square when you move the square up. And then one more square takes you to the end of her eyebrows. Okay, so it's very useful to think about shapes and what you can fit in those shapes. Another useful measurement is a plumb line. So a plumb line is a vertical line, and if you think about it as the water level, and then when only on its side, and then the water level goes down, and what is going to stick out first, right? So first you can see that, okay, it touches the ear, then the ear comes out, and then it touches the cheek, but then the place where it touches the cheek, right here, there's a triangle. So remember the shape of the triangle when you draw. And then move it further. Okay, then you can see that the eyebrow appears, right? Then how much of the eyebrow appears before you can see the eyelash. Then put it, then the mouth, the corner of her mouth comes out. Um, Then the nostril, the wing of the nose. So compare, what do you see on that line? Compare. Okay, when you see the wing of the nostril, when you see the nostril, what else is on that line? The tear duct is almost ending there. Then um, okay, this shape that we had here before, compare this distance to other, what fits in this, what fits, all the information that fits in a square when you move it to the cheek. Then the nose. Okay, so let me get rid of this plumb line. Okay, another square. The cheek. So here we see the this square. If you measure from, if you take the cheek, and what can you fit in that square? Okay, it's the same as from um, uh, most of the mouth. You can fit most of the mouth, and then the length of it is the same as from the bottom of the nose to the chin, with like a nice rounded spot sticking out, right? Okay, so what else? Just move that around, right, from the whole nose fits in here up to the eyebrow. Okay, also the nose. Usually the width of the nose compare this width to um, to the height. Oh, it's my mouse. Okay, here we go. Okay, and here's what I mean. Okay, we rotate it. So it's the same unit of measurement, right? So, but now it's the width, and we're comparing it to the height. And as you can see, from the tear duct down, it fits the whole nose. So the width is the same as the length of the nose. One of the most common mistakes is to make the length of the nose longer than its width, Of course, it varies from person to person, but that's why you measure. Okay, here it's back again, so you can see that it's the same distance. Okay, when drawing hair, um, don't think about it. Start thinking about general shapes. So don't do little details of hair. Just general shape. Um, okay. So here you can see that I started um, drawing just a general shape of um, the hair. So then I'll just continue. So general shape first. And then within it, you can start finding details.